afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking.
Okay, go.
Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions, 'cause I know that you'll reject my love. Moving slow, frozen to these pieces without
There we go. Okay. Let me try and fix this for a second. I'm going to do a little tier list, and it's a tier list of all the games that I've played on stream. Okay, hopefully you can see that. There we go. Okay. So there were 23 or 24 different things that I've done on stream. And I thought I'd give them a little rank. Because there's definitely been some better games than others. The order that they're in here is the order of how many hours I've put into each of them. Some of them are kind of weird. I'm like, how have I put this many hours into, whatever. Oh, is the music a bit loud? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn that down for you. Thank you, Bucci. Some of them, like, I don't know how I've put that many hours into them. Let me turn it down on thingy. Okay, just turn it down here a bit. There we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Thank you for letting me know, Bucci. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through these and kind of, there's no like, it's just completely subjective, it's just like, I don't know, there's no like, there's no like specific, like, the rankings don't mean anything. They're just kind of how I feel about the game as a whole. And it will probably also not surprise that generally as we're going to go along, I think they're going to get like lower and lower in the ranking. Okay, so first one is Stardew Valley. Ooh. Which obviously is an S. I absolutely love Stardew Valley. Anyone who's like ever come to my streams knows how much I love Stardew Valley. Like yeah, I just love that game so much. Really fun game. I will probably be playing quite a bit of it later today. I've got some mods for it now. So, gonna start a new farm, and that'll be really fun. But yeah, it's super fun solo, it's super fun collabed. Like, I just think that it's both really intuitive and really complicated. There's so many layers to it. It's cutesy, but there's like darker themes going on. I've spent, I think, what is it now, like 80 hours or something in it? Which isn't even that much, but like, it's a lot compared to a lot of the games. Oh no, it's not 80 hours, excuse me. It's 212 hours. It's a bit different. Okay, 212 hours is a fair few more hours than I thought. But like, every single one of them just super, brilliant hours spent on that game. I love it to absolute pieces. Yeah, just absolutely love Stardew Valley, and if you've never played it, like, I can't recommend it enough. It's a fantastic game. It's really good, and I cannot wait for the new, I can't remember what it's, like, the Chocolatier game, I can't remember what it's called. What is it called, like, Haunted Chocolatier? I can't remember. But yeah, no, that'll be really fun too, I think. Maybe the same guy. And the whole thing as well, it's another game where the entire thing was made by a single person. Like, that is just stunning to me, that one person can make the whole thing. All the art, all the programming, all the music, whole thing made by one person. It's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I just can't recommend Stardew Valley enough. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's so fun. As I say, I'll probably be playing some shortly. So second one, yeah, Haunted Chocolatier, yeah. Second one is Slime Rancher. I'm not sure how I feel about Slime Rancher. I mean, I'm not sure I want to give it an S. I don't feel it's quite S tier. It is a very fun game. Very fun indeed, but like... And it has got a very cute story. Is it an S tier, or is either an A or an S? It doesn't quite hook me in the way that Stardew does. Like, I want to keep coming back to Stardew, but now I've played through Slime Rancher, I kind of feel slightly done with it. I'm not sure I'm going to go play it again for a little while. So this is bugging me. I'm going to have to move this because it's really bugging me. There we go. That's better. It was just annoying me. I was like, why is there a little gap there? Or is it an S tier? It is a really good game. You know what? I'm going to give it an S tier. Why not? Heck, it's my list. If I want to give it an S, I will give it an S. Okay, awesome. So, third most played game is House Flipper. I might play some of that later as well. Again, I really like House Flipper, though it's definitely not nearly in the same tier as like Stardew and Slime Rancher. It's definitely not an S. I'm not even sure really if it's an A. Because it's one of those games where I think I find it fairly fun to play and to sort of plan out a house and build it, and I'm not very good at these sorts of creative games, but like you can put a bit of creativity into it and everything. But I'm not sure how fun it is as a viewer. Like, I don't think... I've seen one other person play it once, and that was only briefly. But I feel like as a viewer, I'd probably be a bit bored by it. Whereas either Stardew or Slime Rancher I've watched other people play and been quite entertained. So I think I'm going to give it a B. I feel like it's definitely not deserving of an S. Maybe an A, but I think I'm going to give it a B. Yeah, B feels about right. I like B. Okay, so fourth most streamed thing is a bit confusing because it's not actually a game, it's just talking. And I feel like just talking has kind of got to be like lower down because, you know, it's not a game, it is just which I just realised should be my category now. You know, it's not a game, it is just talking, you know. And there are some really good just talking streams. I'm not very good at just talking streams. And I suppose also for me, probably the reason it's fourth on here is because I did those reading streams a while back, which I've talked about them quite a bit, but like I don't think they were made very good streams. I quite enjoy the idea of producing kind of audio content. I put some feelers out the other day in case people are like interested in that. If people are interested in me maybe doing like some audiobooks or I don't know, maybe like I considered like ASMR content or something like that, or like kind of RP stuff or whatever, but like but I feel like it that kind of thing works a lot better pre-recorded. I feel like live it doesn't work very well because I felt myself split between wanting to keep reading and talking to chat. And I don't know, I don't feel they worked very well as streams. It's very hard to say though, because obviously I wasn't a viewer, so people seem to enjoy them. And I got quite a few viewers for them. And got quite positive feedback and everything, but I don't know, I'm never gonna do another reading stream, I don't think. Probably not anyway. But I would definitely like to do that kind of content, but in more, pre-recorded, put it on YouTube kind of format. Having said that, okay, so as a tier, where am I going to put this? Well, realistically, it can't be high up, because, you can do just talking content with any of the others. You've just got other, gameplay going on at the same time. So I think it's got to be a D or an E. And I think, realistically, to give everything else a bit of a fair chance, I'm going to probably put it as an E. Because otherwise it's kind of unfair to, all the other games that I've played if I put just talking higher. Okay, so next up is Portal 2. All of which that I've played on stream was as a co-op between me and Nate. Because neither of us had played the two-player part of that game. Hey, speak of the devil, hello Nate. How you doing? I didn't think I'd see you. You're travelling. What are you doing? What are you doing? You just woke up? Damn, sleepy puppy. Welcome to World of Wakedness. Yeah. Enjoy your holiday, puppy. Well deserved break. Get good breaks. I forgot I already had one as well. I need to get more of them. Need to add more people to the list. But yeah, they were. It's a really fun game to stream, but as Nate will attest, we had some major audio issues with that. We spent a good, what was it, half an hour before the stream, just trying to sort the audio out. Yeah, it hated OBS. It did not. That game just did not want to be streamed. The number of technical issues we had with it was just ridiculous. Having said that, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed that stream. And kind of, I don't know, as I say, there's no specific criteria for oh yeah, you did the little Stephen Hawking voice at one point. Oh yeah, and thank you. Yeah, the model's really cool. It's by Bucci, who I think is still hanging around in chat. I mean, it was also, I feel it's hard to explain, but the first, oh, there's Bucci, hello. That's the first one that we did of that. It's hard to explain, but it was kind of the first time streaming that I felt like I was doing really well. Does that make sense? I'd been, it wasn't the first time I was happy streaming or anything like that, because streaming's always very happy, but it was the first time I was wow, damn, I'm an actual streamer, could have done it. So I don't know, there's really good happy memories associated with it, and obviously flipping finding out after playing 3.5 hours that we hadn't even started the game. Damn. Oh my goodness. So it's a difficult one because basically everything about that game was fantastic apart from the technical issues, which I think are the worst technical issues I've ever had with any game. But I think even with them, I think it's a worthy A. I'm going to put it as an A. Well done, Portal 2. The scuff does make it better, yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean this wasn't even scuff, this was just it legit just wouldn't work. I'm really looking forward to Tuesday, where I'm gonna try and play Oblivion, because all Bethesda games don't let you tab out. So I won't be able to tab out the game, and I'm gonna have to moderate myself from my mobile, which will be fun. Okay. Next up, Our Life, Beginning and Always. So I'm only about halfway through that game, halfway through my first playthrough. It's really fun. It's such a lovely game. The designers of that game have done such a lovely job of just making it super sweet and charming. And yeah, just like it's so cute. So for anyone who hasn't come to see that game, I will be actually playing it later on in the week. But it's a kind of dating sim game. But you play through 4 different ages of you and the character. And you start off as 8-year-olds, then 13-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 23-year-olds. So and you can choose like how, and there's like the level of customizability of it is incredible. Like you can customize so much about yourself, how you interact with them, how they feel about you, how you feel about them. You can play through the entire game 100% platonically. Like, I've never seen a dating sim where you can just be 100% platonic the entire time. Just added a new DLC as well, where you can get married at the end. Absolutely wonderful game. Slightly scuffy in a couple of places, because occasionally it just won't launch, which is really weird. And since I changed my new computer, the one DLC that I had has now broken. Because most of it isn't voiced, but there is a DLC that adds, I think it's something like 300 or 400 names, and if you type your name as being one of the names that it's got on the list, then the main love interest will occasionally say your name. And yeah, that's no longer working for me for some reason. I don't quite know why. But yeah, I'll be playing that later in the week. Really love that game. I don't consider it an S tier, but I think it's easily worthy of an A. And I've made it slightly too big for this box, but never mind. There we go. Okay. Next up then, Koi, which will actually probably be slightly higher up the list now, since just played some more of it. So anyone who's been around for a little while, you'll have just seen me playing Koi. I do really like that game. Obviously, it's got really fond memories for me as like kind of the first game that I played on a proper stream, rather. So I got some nice memories associated with that game. It is really sweet, really cute, but like it's not really like that amazing of a game or anything. It's only about an hour long. Super cute, but like there's nothing much to it, you know. So I think realistically I've probably got to give it a C. There we go. I think Koi is worthy of a C, I feel. Okay, Genshin Impact. What do I say about Genshin Impact? I mean, I've played so much Genshin Impact off stream. It's probably worth noting as well that everything that I've discussed up until now, apart from Portal 2, I've almost played exclusively on stream. Stardew I've played maybe like 10 hours off of stream, about 200 on. Slime Rancher has been all on stream, Our Life's been all on stream. House Flipper's about 50-50 actually, and Koi's been entirely on stream. Genshin I've played about 95% of what I've played of it off of stream, because it didn't work very well. I don't know why, but it's one of those games that OBS doesn't like picking up. Like it struggles to actually like pick up the window. And I don't know, there's a couple of other things about it that I don't like when I'm streaming. It's one of those games where, like, a lot of people will browse the game category, and I found it quite hard to moderate because I got a lot of, like, under 18s coming into the stream, and then I'd have to be like, no, you're booted, no, you're booted, no, you're booted. And there was a lot of that when I was trying to stream it, as well as the fact that, like, I got a lot of backseat gaming, which I don't like. There are a couple of games I don't mind it, particularly if you can see that I'm genuinely, like, struggling with something, I don't mind. But I much prefer playing Genshin off stream. I don't like playing it on stream. And the other thing as well is that because I haven't put much time into it compared to some other games, and I don't think I've spent a single penny on it. I don't have, like, particularly amazing characters or amazing equipment. I can't do half the boss fights just because I'm, you know, not good enough. And while I don't mind being bad at games, like, I've never claimed to be good at games, and I don't think people are really here for that. Like, it's kind of embarrassing when you're just, like, there, you're like, yeah, I've just got, you know, Kaya whacking this thing for, like, 2 damage, and then you watch someone else do it, and, like, oh yeah, and my Ito hits for, like, you know, 6,000 damage every hit, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Whatever, like, so I don't really like playing it on stream, but as a game, I really like Genshin Impact. Although I prefer the kind of community around it than the game itself. So, where to put it? I think probably I've got to put it... I'm going to put it as C, I think, same as Koi. Because it's a really good game, but not the most fun game to stream, and I'm kind of ranking these partly in, like, my experience of streaming them as well. And yeah, agreed, Nate, it is really, really fun off stream, but on stream, just not as good. Okay, Sea of Thieves. First thing about Sea of Thieves was I'd never really paid attention to their logo until I looked it up for making this. The logo for Sea of Thieves is amazing. Like, whoever designed that, flipping, they deserve a pay rise. Whatever they're being paid, they need more money, because the logo to this is just incredible. This is only a teeny tiny little picture of it, but, like, the full size is just amazing. Like, the eye patch is made of, like, a galleon, and then the other eye is made of, like, a little sloop. The teeth are made of pirates. It's just amazing, and, like, the band, like, the like, string on the eye patch is made of, like, a cloud. It's just absolutely amazing. What a cool logo. And yeah, no worries, Nate. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. Thank you for coming at all. I'm so happy that you could come. Okay, I'm both on and off stream. Sea of Thieves is really fun. It's one of those games as well where I get, like, little spurts where I just, like, play it obsessively. And it's like, yeah, so I love that game. Like, because the first time I played it was with Nate on the stream, and then I played it for, like, a solid week after that. I just did not stop playing the game. So fun. On, off stream, multiplayer, single player, definitely a lot more fun multiplayer. But yeah, super fun game. So it's easily an A. But is it an S? Yeah, I think it is an S, actually. I think I'm willing to give Sea of Thieves an S.
This little rascal is just absolute.
Nate, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I was Bob being slow? Oh, I'm sorry. You know it wasn't a mistake, it was just a happy accident. Thank you so much for the sub, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Ah, squeaky chair, squeak. But yeah, enjoy your holiday, Pop. Yeah, you get to keep your little founder's badge. Sea of Thieves goes from comfy to comfy and chaotic. Exactly, it really does. That's a really good way of describing it. More like it's, yeah, it's really weird as well, like how it's, because it's got like that kind of cozy aesthetic, but like underneath, it's quite harsh. Like the fact that like if you don't cash your stuff in, you lose it. And I've played it single player where I've been just attacked by just people and they've stolen all of my things and like 4 hours worth of work is just gone just because some people wanted to steal your stuff. And you're like, dang, that's really sad. And then you're like, well, hang on. This is a game about pirates. This fits absolutely perfectly. Like, of course I should occasionally just lose all my stuff because someone wanted it. Like, it's about pirates. You know, so I think it's such a good game. Really, really good. Okay, words on stream. Again, like some of these games, I'm amazed that they're as like high and low as they are. So words on stream. I really like words on stream. There was a period where almost everyone was playing it. But I haven't really seen anyone play it lately. I'm not sure why. A lot of people I know used to put it on, like, if they needed a little break or something, they put words on stream on, and then they go off for 15 or 20 minutes, go get a break. I may do that later, actually, while I'm eating, may just bung words on stream on. Yeah, just pop that on, because it kind of lets you guys, you know, do something while waiting, rather than just stare at a blank screen, you know. But I don't know, but at the same time, it's definitely not perfect. It's not the most fun game ever, and it's definitely, like, I don't think you can play more than about an hour of it without it getting boring. If anyone hasn't played it, it's by the same team that does Gartic Phone. It's essentially like the word equivalent of Gartic Phone. Actually, well, no, it doesn't play anything like Gartic Phone. Like, I mean, it's just anagrams. It's you get given a bunch of tiles, and you have to use the tiles with the letters on them to spell out words, and you just type it into chat. And I really I love things that allow interactivity. I wish there were more, like, I don't know what the word I want to use is, like full games that gave interactivity. I just downloaded Marbles on stream, so we might play some of that later. And that's definitely one that's like a sort of proper full game that allows interactivity with the audience. Yeah, I really wish there were more games that let you do that, and I really like that, you know, everybody gets to join in. You can essentially just type random crap into chat and just hope that it works. But it does take away a little bit of the sort of streamer agency. It turns the streamer into more like a compere, like an MC, a host, you know. Which is fine, like, if that's what you want to do. But it's not the same as streaming a normal game. But, having said all that, I think I'm going to put it on par. I want to put it as a B, I think. I think it's worthy of a B. Yeah, that's where it goes. Okay. Okie dokie. And this is probably the one that surprised me the most from where its position is, which is Armalo. Which, if anyone hasn't seen or played Armalo, I really recommend it. I know Nate plays it quite a bit as well, and I know he recommended it. It's basically a board game. Super fun. It's little anthropomorphic animals vying for a kingdom. Really cute. Beautiful art, really stunning art in it. Because you've got like player cards that have really lovely artwork on them. really fun game, and another one of those games that's quite nice to just sort of have on while you're chatting about other things, because it's quite sort of low intensive. So I think therefore I've probably got to put it in the same category as House Flipper and Words on Stream. I think it's probably got to be a B. That sounds pretty fair to me. Again, it's a game that I've played quite a bit off stream. And there's no real kind of way for chat to interact with it or anything, you know. Okay, Passport 2. I think I already know what category this is going to go into. I really enjoyed Passport 2. I can't remember if I got 2 or... I think it was 2 streams I did for Passport 2. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's about a little green fella who lives in Paris, and his dreams to be an artist, and you draw all of his paintings. And I just think that's really cool. That the game is literally just draw a painting. Obviously it's a little sad that the tools that it gives you are basically like very like stripped down MS Paint. There isn't a lot that you can create with it. And I do wonder how like the AI works, because your art gets like ranked and graded by people as they're going past, and you know they like different things, but like I'm genuinely intrigued to know how the computer's actually working out what is a good or bad piece of art. That's really interesting to me. Who knows? I don't. But anyway, still super fun, really creative. Everyone I know who's played it as well, because I've seen a couple of other people do playthroughs of it, always gets to about sort of 2/3 of the way through the game, and then it's just like, I have no idea what to draw anymore. Because you just sort of run out of ideas of things to draw. But it's really fun, it's really nice to experience what it's like to be an artist. And I think I'm willing to give Passport 2 an A. I really enjoyed Passport 2. Okay. Now here's an interesting one. Another one that I haven't finished and may not finish now. But Nicopara, Cowboys Paradise obviously appeals. It's a difficult one because, like, it's. I'm not a fan of visual novels as a whole, and streaming them is really hard because it's essentially just reading, and it just gets really taxing on your voice, you know. This is a toughie. I mean, and it's interesting as well because I've only seen, I think there's 5 sections to it, and I've seen 2 of the 5 sections. And I also haven't seen, there's 3, I want to say, previous ones with the girls in it rather than the boys. I think that was the only time as well that I've ever like streamed a game like basically on its release. I'm usually way behind the curve, but no, I actually kind of played that like only a couple of days after it got released. I think I'm gonna give it a C. That feels about right to me. There's an absolutely huge logo. I'm gonna have to extend the end probably. But yeah, no, I think that feels about right to me. Can't remember. I think it was pretty easy in terms of tech issues. I'm taking that into account with all these things now since I did with previous ones. Okay, Light. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Light. It's one of the RPG Maker games. And I don't know, it's probably the only game I've ever played where I felt stressed. I can't even quite put my finger on why, but I just felt really, really stressed playing it. So it's definitely not going to be a high-ranking one. In fact, you know what? I may be willing to give this an F. Because I just simply didn't enjoy it. I haven't finished it. I played it twice because it's got 3 or 4 chapters. And I played the first 2. I think I'm going to give it an F. It's kind of harsh, but it's where it's going. Okie dokie. Just going to take 5-second break from this just to check something. Where are we? Sorry, just trying to fix something that I've noticed is not working right. There we go. There we go. Okay, that should hopefully work a little bit better. I just noticed that the text size on my chat box is a little bit small and quite hard to read. Hoping that that's now going to be better. Let's do that. Want to make it a little bit bigger. I'd rather have less messages but make the messages more readable. Okay. So, next one, Abzu. So if anyone hasn't seen Abzu, again, it's another game that I thoroughly recommend. It's just a fun little underwater adventure, just like a little diver, and you just floating about, just vibing. I don't know though. It's definitely going to be in the top 4. Because it doesn't take long to play through. It's about 3 hours, I think. Yeah, 3 hours sounds about right. And I had a lot of fun with this because it was also, I think the first game that I played after like a not quite hiatus, but I'd really not been able to stream very much. Just work had really been getting on top of me, and I just found myself with very little free time. This is kind of the first game that I played coming out of that. I think I'm going to give it an A. I really like Abzu. Really, really recommend it. Okay. Next up, Lego The Lord of the Rings. So, if anybody came to that stream, all I can really say is I'm so sorry. That was the most scuffed I think I've ever had. Yeah, it just completely broke because my old computer just could not run it properly, and for some reason I was determined to carry on with it, even though like the frame rate was atrocious. I tried replaying it just to test to see whether it was maybe one of the games I could play today or throughout the rest of the week, and basically I'm not going to play it again on stream at least. Because the audio is terrible, it doesn't let me tab out. Even on my newer computer, which is so much nicer than my old one, the frame rate is terrible. But the actual game's fairly fun. Like it's the sort of standard Lego game. I think I know where I want to put it, and I want to move another one. I'm gonna move Just Talking. I want to make Just Talking a D. And then we're going to make Lego Lord of the Rings an E. I think that feels fair. Okay. Behind the Frame. Oh, now if anybody came to that stream, that was the exact opposite. That was one of the nicest streams I've ever done. Absolutely love that game. Really, really, really fun. Super sweet style. It didn't take long to play through, a little under 2 hours. Absolutely gorgeous game, thoroughly recommend it. One of my favourite streams I've done. Really, 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 really enjoyed it. Yeah, and I just absolutely love that game. Is it an S tier? That's an interesting question. Is it an S tier? I'm almost willing to say yes. The only issue with making it an S tier is that it's not long. And I feel like for any game to be an S tier, it's got to have the ability to play it for more than a couple of hours. But does it? I haven't set strict criteria here. You know what, it's my list, I'm going to make it an S. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, so one that I played only the other day. A Short Hike. Again, another short game, about an hour and a half I think again. Very cute style, very, felt very like, Nintendo DS kind of, Animal Crossing kind of vibes. That's kind of the vibes that really gives off. Very cutesy. It feels very much like a game about sort of growing up and that kind of thing. It didn't 100% it, there were definitely a few bits and pieces I missed off, but I saw majority of the game. Oh, the music's gone really quiet. Let's all turn it up. Why are you so quiet? I'll just skip track. There we go. Okay, that's good. But where to put it? I mean, it's definitely higher than a D, and it's definitely lower than an S. I can say it's an A, B, or a C. It's not an A. Definitely not an A. So it's a B or a C. I think I'm going to give that a B. That feels fair. Yeah. Yeah, a worthy B. That feels good to me. I like that. Okay, next up is Journey. Another game I've only ever played once. Super nice game once again. Journey's quite an old game now, I think. And it still stuns me that, like, even though it's quite a few years old, and was originally just made for PlayStation, I think, and then got ported to the PC. Because it's technically a multiplayer, because like as you play through, you will kind of encounter other players. There's still plenty of people playing it, and that kind of amazes me. But then again, it kind of doesn't, because it's a really nice game. But where does it rank? I mean, it's very similar to Abzu, and I think I played it after I played Abzu. There seemed to be a bit of a thing for games like that between about maybe like 2012, 2017, something like that. It's kind of in that rough area. There seemed to be a lot of games in that kind of style where there was a lot of kind of linear story. I don't know how to describe it. Very, very pretty. Often taking place in sort of ancient places or big temples, that kind of thing. Because it was Journey, Abzu. What's it called? Not The Last of Us. The Last Guardian. There was another one that I really liked, never got around to playing. I used to listen to the soundtrack to it all the time. I can't remember the name of it now. I can remember the sound designer was a guy called David Garcia Diaz. I can remember that much. I can't remember the name of the game. That's not good. Oh well. But anyway, as I say, there was a lot of games of that kind of style in that kind of time period. And I don't think it was as good as Abzu. There's just not as much to it visually as there is in Abzu. Now it's probably got a better story than Abzu. I'm gonna give it a B. B feels good. Okay, Milo and the Magpies. Again, played this relatively recently. Again, not very long. I think it was about an hour and a half again. An hour and 20 maybe. Realistically, I can't give this any more than a D. It's cute. But it's got a feel to it that it feels like, if I say it feels like an educational game, I think you kind of get the vibe. Like, it feels like it was made on a very low budget and kind of looks like it was made on a low budget. Like, just because you don't have a lot of money and time to put into a game, maybe it's even your first, game that you're making, people can still make amazing stuff. And Milo the Magpies just doesn't quite feel like that. It's sweet and all, it's a nice game. It doesn't feel right to put it in the same tier as Lego Lord of the Rings, so I think I'm going to give it a D. Because it's definitely not an F. It was still fun. Don't have any, qualms with it, I just don't think it was, I just don't think it was great, Salt. That's really easy, I'm gonna put it as category straight away. That's an F. Just absolutely awful game. Yeah, I am really glad that I stopped streaming it when I did, because I nearly went over my 2-hour limit and couldn't get a refund. I know Ari was there for that one. I remember Ari chatting to me quite a bit while I was playing that, but it's It's so weird because it's one of those games, again, where if you read the reviews are really positive. And a lot of people are saying how much fun they had with it and all the rest of it. And I found the game to be barely playable. Like, maybe I was playing an older version or something, but it barely felt like a beta. Like, it was buggy, it just sort of didn't work. It was a terrible game. Really, really terrible. So, yeah, I don't know where those reviews are coming from, what game those people are playing. Because I was not playing a game that was worthy of having a positive review, I can tell you that much. It was a terrible game. Absolutely awful. And it's not like, I can totally get why someone would really enjoy that. It wasn't my cup of tea, but like I can get why someone would enjoy that. And if I'd have played it off stream, I think I might have enjoyed it more as well, because like your perception of things changes when you're streaming, you know. But Saw was just terrible. Just absolutely awful game. Okay, we're nearly there now. So third to last in terms of the time that I've spent on them is Untitled Goose Game, which I think I spent... I'm surprised it's that high actually, because I think I spent... I cannot have spent more than 20 minutes in that game. Basically because it wasn't working. I was... oh my goodness, I've forgotten the word. I was doing a collab with it, and because the way that it works is one of those games where you can't play with two copies, you have to play on the same copy, and it's not called, like co-op play, but like remote access co-op play, and just my Wi-Fi just could not cope with streaming and downloading the info for the game at the same time. But so I don't even own the game, so I've never played it off stream. But the little bit I played was really fun, and it was really annoying because I was having a lot of fun with it. So this is a really hard one to place. I think I want to put it in C, because it's almost like it's got kind of two aspects to it of basically not working for me, but that was my fault, not the game's fault. But also being really fun, and I like the style of Untitled Goose Game. The artistic direction in it is just absolutely brilliant. I just absolutely love it. Because like it really does feel like being in a little English village. Like the way that they've set up the aesthetics of it is just brilliant. Even the logo for it, the fact that it's a warning sign, it's a standard British street sign with the warning triangle and a goose in it. It's just brilliant. I absolutely love that game. Like as a concept, and I must buy it at some point and actually like play it off stream, or maybe even play it on stream. Okay, Tuconi. Tuconi's really weird. So, while I was trying to find a logo for this, I looked up a little bit more about it, and I'm still confused, but it seems to... So it's been translated, and I think it's Russian originally. And the actual game takes like 25-30 minutes to play through. Really cute little game. I've considered, I still might at some point, I've considered speedrunning the game, because the speedrun for it is like 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, and like there basically is no way to like cheat it, there's no like any percent or anything, it's literally just play through it quickly. There's no like glitches or anything, or not any known ones anyway. So I may do that at some point. But where do I put it? It's got to be a D or F. I don't think it's worthy of being even a C. Not when I've put Untitled Goose Game as a C, you know, like... As I say, like, to reiterate with Untitled Goose Game, so far as I can tell, the actual game is like an A or maybe even an S tier, but my experience with it was like an E or an F. So that's why it's kind of ended up as in the middle at C. I'm going to put Tuconi as a D. That feels fair. Okay, which leaves one final game, which is One More Line, which I last played exactly 1 year ago. Actually, no, that's not quite true. It was, because it was the 25th, I actually played it on the day after, because I did this same stream I did last year, where, like, the stream went through over onto my birthday the next day. And I played this when slightly panicking on my actual birthday, just to keep people kind of entertained for a few minutes. One More Line is a weird... I'm not even sure I want to call it game. Like, is this game? It has one control. You just press the space bar at the right time. So I don't know, like, I don't even know if you can really call it a game. Like, idle mobile games have more in-depth gameplay than One More Line. But obviously the stream that I played it on was a really fun one. I mean, I kind of want to give it an F because, like, it literally has one control. Like, it's barely a game. But it works really nicely. It looks nice. There's nothing wrong with it. No, it's not a rhythm game. So literally you've got like a little track that you're running down, and you've got like these little dots which are meant to be planets, and then you're in what's meant to be a little spaceship. And the way that you have to move along is that you have to grapple onto these planets and you swing round them in a circle and then you fling off, and you have to not hit the edges or another planet. So there is like there is skill to it. You have to get the timing right, but it is not a rhythm game, no. See, the thing is, if I'm going by all these other games and the way that I've judged them, I feel like I have to give it a D. But that also doesn't feel right. But then giving it less than a D doesn't feel right when Lego Lord of the Rings just practically doesn't work. At least for me. And I really did not enjoy the 2 in F. Thank you, Blade. I'm going to take a sippy. I may have taken 1 or 2 illegal sippies too.
Everything changes.
I'm going to have to give it a D. That's it. It's final answer. Yeah, okay, that feels good. I'm happy there. Yeah, there's some that you might think would be higher, like Genshin in particular. You'd have thought, hey, wouldn't that be higher? Like, everyone loves Genshin. I'm always, like, retweeting Genshin stuff and just, like, you know, I'm kind of involved is not the right word, but like I keep a quite close eye on the fandom and everything, and like I really love all the stuff that's come out of Genshin, and I do like playing the game, just not on stream. So that's why that's kind of where it is. And yeah, I feel kind of happy with where that's all ended up. And it's weird because there are some games there that I feel I don't like Armello, right? I love Armello. Absolutely love it, but it also feels right to put it below games that I don't maybe feel as much about, like Passport 2. That all feels right. I'm happy. Okay. I'm gonna save this.